Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Coach Matt over here, Primal Athlete Training Center, www.primalatc.com. Guys, we're going to try to keep this question short and sweet today because this is honestly something that I could go on about for a long time and creates a lot of controversy with throwers and coaches throughout this sport of ours. And that is there such a thing as being too fat to throw? Now, those aren't my words. Those are the words of an athlete who sent me in an email the other day, and plenty of athletes send in questions like this from time to time, having to deal with their size and having to deal with their body type. We get a lot of athletes who ask, Coach Matt, I am overweight and I throw. I've watched videos in the past, my coach has told me in the past, my doctors have told me, that I am too big, that I am overweight. Is there such a thing as being too big to throw? Is there such a thing as being too overweight to be a thrower? Can that hurt me? Is that hindering my performance, the fact that, I do carry a lot of excess body fat? Okay, first of all, let's dive into this here. I'm going to try to keep this under 5 minutes again. This is something we can go on all day about, and I want to make sure we keep it short and sweet. First thing that we need to talk about is that throwers are bigger, stronger, explosive athletes. You can equate a thrower to a rugby player. You can equate a thrower to, a bigger American football player or lineman, linebacker. We are bigger, stronger guys and girls. Okay? Throwers should not have, and for the most part, will never have, that 6 to 8% lean, ripped, muscular body that you see from a lot of sprinters and mid-distance runners. That's not going to happen. The way that we train does not allow that to happen. The way that we eat does not allow that to happen. In our event, where you need to have good levers and leverage, is not going to allow that to happen. In our event, being bigger, being heavier, being stronger is an advantage. Now, that's only an advantage if it does not hinder our performance. There have been plenty of bigger, overweight throwers out there that have done very well. I've had over 20 years of experience in the track and field world as an athlete, as a coach, as a salesman, as a track and field doing clinics and camps and all this other good stuff. And I've seen a lot of these guys and girls who are big. They carry a lot of excess body weight. They carry a lot of excess body fat. But it does not hinder their performance in the circle. They are just as fast as some of the smaller athletes. They are, just as mobile, just as flexible, and able to get into the proper positions, even though they do carry a lot of excess body fat. Now, is that a bad thing? Well, maybe down the road, health-wise, yes, that could become a bad thing. But for the most part, it's not hurting their throw from what I've been able to see. And other coaches, obviously, when they're at that elite level, that top level, it's not hurting their throw. Where that issue of being too fat to throw, again, not my words, the words of one of my athletes who had emailed me, being too fat to throw is a real thing. If you feel that you carry so much extra body fat around your waist or your hips or your thighs that it's not allowing you to get into the proper positions to throw a shot, discus, or hammer as far as you possibly can, then it is a hindrance. Then it is hurting your throw. If it is affecting how mobile you are, if you are not able to get in the proper positions because you are so big that your hips are no longer mobile, that you are no longer able to get your legs close enough together, if you are not able to bend over far enough in these events, if your mobility is being challenged because of your obesity, then it's going to start to become a problem. If your flexibility is being challenged because of how large you are, then yes, it is becoming a problem. The most important one is speed. Is your speed being negatively affected because you carry a lot of excess body fat? If you're answering yes to any of these questions, then maybe it's time to take a good hard look in the mirror and realize that it might be time to start dropping a little bit of body fat. Realize that you might be a little bit too big and that the excess body fat might be hindering your performance as a thrower. The other ones that we have to look at is if you are that big and you are out of shape cardiovascularly, out of shape, are you able to get through a full day of practice without fatiguing? Are you able to get in 30 quality throws a day without needing to stop because you do not have the capability, you do not have the general physical preparedness or strength to get through a full day of practice? Then it might be time to lose a little bit of body fat, get yourself in better shape. Most important one, guys, has to deal with injury. If you are a bigger, heavier athlete, if you carry a lot of body fat, if you carry a lot of excess weight, is it making you feel pain? Are you feeling a lot of pain in your feet, in your ankles, in your knees, in your hips, and in your lower back? Is the excess body fat, is the excess body weight causing you pain and discomfort when you throw? Is that keeping you from becoming a better thrower? Is it keeping you from practice? Is it keeping you in the training room? Have you gone to physical therapy because of it? Then it might be time for you to take a good look and think about losing some body fat. Now, the question becomes, how do I do that? That's for the next video. We're going to talk to you a little bit about losing body fat. We're going to talk to you not just about losing body fat, but also some great tips that you can do in your life that are going to affect your weight either in a positive way or a negative way. Again, it's not all about being too big. Sometimes my athletes want to gain weight. They want to get bigger and have trouble doing that as well. So what we're going to talk about in the next couple of segments has to deal with nutrition, training, and sleep patterns, and how that affects your ability to recover and how that affects your ability to have the body type that you might be looking for, whether it's losing weight or gaining weight. So make sure, is there such a thing as being too fat to throw? Quote unquote, too fat to throw? Yes, in my opinion, in my expertise, and in my experience of doing this sport for over 20 years, yes, there is such a thing. I have seen it before. It can negatively affect your throw. If you think it might be you, it could be time to take a good hard look in the mirror and see what could be done to lose that body fat and to improve your technique, your flexibility, and your speed, reduce your pain in that throwing circle. Guys, keep these questions coming in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. The next couple of videos are going to be talking about this. For a lot of you, this is a real problem. I would not be getting 5 to 7 emails a week from throwers asking me this question if it was not a problem out there. Obesity is a real epidemic. It's a pandemic, especially here in the U.S. A lot of our throwers are getting big. A lot of our throwers have body image issues, and this is what I want to help you out with, okay? So make sure to keep the questions coming, subscribe to this channel, and I will talk to you soon.